the natural splendor of Enumclaw farm country. In addition to the ranches and dairy farms that have been here for decades, residents have probably noticed the large drainage ditches that cut through properties for miles and miles. The trench system is part of a special purpose district, like a water, sewer, or fire district. This one is called King County Drainage District Number 5.
Have you ever heard of Drainage District 5?
I never have.
30-year resident Michael Hughes was even more surprised to hear that the drainage district is managed by elected commissioners.
Have you ever seen a drainage district commissioner on your election ballot?
No, sir. I didn't know it existed.
Here is the longest-serving drainage district commissioner, Alan Benny Thomas. His family has owned the 150-acre Thomas Dairy Farm for 50 years.
Hi, Mr. Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Ingalls from the King 5 Investigators.
He's also an elected official that nobody can remember casting a ballot for.
When was the last time the voters voted for you?
We haven't had anybody run for probably about 30 years.
Thomas says nobody else wants the job.
Are you not required to hold an election?
All the time, but if nobody signs up for it.
It's the commissioner's job to govern the maintenance of the century-old drainage system that runs throughout rural King County. District 5 includes 18 miles of trenches in and around Enumclaw that funnel runoff water north into New Whatcom Creek and out to the Green River. The drainage system prevents flooding if maintained properly.
We've controlled this area trying to alleviate the flooding.
This homeowner is concerned that the flooding in his neighborhood could be linked to the drainage district trench that's yards away. It isn't just the 600 or so residents and businesses in Drain District 5 who wonder if the system works.
We asked our staff and some of our field staff, anybody ever recall seeing any maintenance work done during this period? And nobody had any recollection.
Chris Searcy is Enumclaw City Administrator, who says many of the district's trenches are overgrown and plugged with sediment and soil. He's concerned that a lack of drainage district maintenance caused flooded trenches, which may in turn have led to flooded streets and properties within city limits. That raises a question. Where is all the tax money that's collected for the drainage district maintenance going?
There's this possibility that behind the scenes there's an improper use of people's money.
Are you using the taxpayers' money accordingly?
Oh, yes, it has to be. We go through the state auditor and everything's office, so we keep our books up very tight.
Thomas is correct that the state auditor's office gave Drain District 5 a clean bill of health as recently as 2016. A public records request to the King County Assessor's Office reveals Thomas assesses the district's property owners between $70,000 to $80,000 per year.
Your district takes about $70,000 a year in assessments.
Yes.
What are you doing with that money?
Well, we have over pretty close to 18 miles worth of ditches to clean.
King County collects the tax from property owners and then pays the contractors who clean the ditches when Commissioner Thomas signs off on the job. Public records show that Thomas's approved contractor is an unregistered company called A Conservation Services. The business address listed is the home of Thomas's mother-in-law. Thomas admits A Conservation was a company founded by his own son.
My son was a legitimate contractor, and before I done it, I checked. I checked very carefully to make sure that it was okay to do business like that, and it was.
But for Thomas to approve public payments to a family member on a drainage system in disrepair raises questions for some people paying those taxes.
I can't say corrupt, but it sounds a little suspicious to me.
Normally we already talk to people, but they were doing oral boards the last time we talked, so.
We uncovered this video through a public records request. It shows that the city was so alarmed by Thomas's arrangement that it filed a police complaint.
They weren't done by your business because there wasn't
done by me. Yeah.
Here, a detective interviews Alex Thomas, who says his father started A Conservation Services on his behalf 7 years ago. But Alex only did 2 jobs in 2012, and his dad never paid him.
As far as you're concerned, did you know there was any work being done with this
No,
business?
not after the jobs.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
That's all I knew of.
Yet records show A Conservation Services continued to bill the county for years. And bank documents we received through our request to the police show county payments ended up in a bank account controlled by Thomas's wife, Joanne, seen here speaking at a city council meeting last year. Police records show the county paid A Conservation Services $413,000 in a 5-year period. That's tax money going into a bank account for the personal use of Thomas and his wife.
But you haven't falsified any records? You
No.
haven't made up any companies?
No.
This record shows Enumclaw officials first complained to the King County prosecutor in 2009, 10 years ago, about Thomas and Drainage District 5. Records show years of complaints since then to King County Elections, the Assessor's Office, the State Public Disclosure Commission, and the Attorney General, with all declining to take action.
Work has not been done on maintaining those drainage ditches.
There's been some complaints, but I guarantee you it's been done.